In the beginning. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you want more content like this. And leave a comment.
Hey man, say man, welcome back to another Act Like You Know video. You know, you're here with your boy Jaimito. I just want to come out here and apologize to all the Minnesota fans because what I said was disrespectful. It apparently was disrespectful to say the Nuggets would win this series. The Nuggets are cooked. They're cooked. I mean, wow. I mean, first of all, let's give credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves for making the Western Conference Finals. I don't even care that it's only been 2 games. That series is chalk. Just like I said, when the Suns went down 0-2, this series is also chalk. The Nuggets are not winning 4 of the next 5. We can already pencil that in. Unless something, knock on wood, unless something catastrophic happens for the Timberwolves, they are going to the Western Conference Finals. I could not have, a lot of people could not have seen this. We're talking about one of the more efficient offenses that I think we've seen in the last 5 years with the Denver Nuggets, and they look totally inept. I mean, game 2, they look totally inept. Game 1, you could see glimpses. You're like, wow, this defense is really hounding them. But game 2, totally inept. Gotta credit the Timberwolves. I said it in the preview. I was like, there's a lot of things pointing to picking the Timberwolves, but I couldn't pick against Jokic. I thought Jokic was in that tier where it's like, you know, you can't bet against them. And apparently you can, because he is getting no help out there. And I won't even lie. Game 2, we gotta give some Jokic slander here. Game 2, he looked. I could not. I'm not gonna say we couldn't find him out there, but he looked ineffective completely. And there was not even no Rudy Gobert out there. Rudy Gobert over there celebrating his firstborn. He must have knew the boys had it, because they even tried to stop his plane from getting to Denver. That did not help. That did not help. Rudy Gobert celebrating the first baby and watching the Timberwolves kick the Denver Nuggets ass. What a beautiful day for Rudy Gobert. Congratulations to him. But Jamal Murray looks like he's in hell. Aaron Gordon, you know, he 8 of 15. He had 15 points, but that's what you want if you're the Nuggets. I thought he would be an X factor in this series, but they have completely. I mean, God, this is a masterclass in defense. This is the best defense we've seen since the Raptor days, since the 2019 Raptors. They were a really good defense. But this defense is probably better than. I mean, they are literally. They're talking crazy, and they are defending their asses off. I mean, that's the only way you can say it. I mean, a lot of people laughed at the Rudy Gobert trade when he came over. It was a lot. It was like first 5 first-round picks, if I can remember all off the top of my head. It did seem like a steep price. I thought it was good because I'm on record calling Cat real soft. Cat is a playoff dropper. He does not perform well in the playoffs. Before this year, he's completely proved me wrong, and I'm happy for Cat, because this is the type of player that you expect to see. But you could tell that he did not want to play the center position. He did not want to be the center on the team. He wanted to play power forward, and bringing in Rudy Gobert gave them that 2011 like Dirk and Tyson Chandler. I'm not saying that Cat is Dirk, but Cat can shoot the ball well, and he has a finesse game. He's very offensively talented. And then you have a defensive anchor in Rudy Gobert. And I feel like Rudy Gobert coming over, you know, really emphasizing defense has helped change the culture. Obviously, Chris Finch. And we can't forget about the fearlessness of and the leader of their team, Anthony Edwards, along with Mike Conley, you know, just really explaining the urgency they need to have coming into this playoffs, because like the team was good. If you watch the Timberwolves, it was good. I just wasn't high on them because Cat usually doesn't perform to this level. But yeah, this team is serious. This team is serious. So I mean, this has got to be a great time for those in Minnesota. Have been waiting for this probably since 2004 to have a team that you really think that could contend for a championship. Last year, a lot of people laughed at them. You saw glimpses last year where in in this particular series in the first round where you're like, okay, they're giving the Nuggets a little bit of a tough time, but without McDaniels and without Nas Reed, they never really stand a chance. But Anthony Edwards was unguardable during that time last year, as he is this year. And I mean, they are making Jokic look like dog food. They are not scared of that man. They are not. And this is the type of defensive concerns that most people thought of when they thought about Jokic, like he doesn't defend the paint. This is why some people, like myself, thought that Joel Embiid or Anthony Davis was better because they could do it on both sides of the ball. But Jokic was just far superior last year. You had to give it up to him. Just a generational talent offensively. He's definitely the best offensive player, but we're talking about both sides of the ball. And every single time Anthony Edwards sees him in drop coverage, he is destroying him. It looks like layup lines. And game 2, it kind of just looked like usually I would say Jokic does a better job I've seen defensively. But last game 2, it kind of looked like he quit. Like he wasn't really trying as hard. But let's go to why I think the Nuggets are dead. The Nuggets are dead because I don't want to give this excuse, but Jamal Murray is hurt. Hurt. Oh, not hurt, but he's hurt. He's hurt. Because he had was it calf or something? Some lower body injury that Jamal Murray had, but that's not an excuse. It really isn't an excuse because I wouldn't give that excuse to we didn't give that excuse to Joel Embiid. We didn't give that excuse to we are not giving that excuse to Luka Doncic if he loses to the Thunder. So it's not an excuse. You're out there, you got to play through it. Jason Tatum last year, LeBron last year, people are not giving those excuses. Steph Curry, when he lost in 2016, people are not giving those excuses, especially when we've seen players like Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron even, and others play through injuries. And even some of the players I've named play through injuries, like Joel Embiid gave the Knicks a great series. He averaged 30 while injured on one leg. Well, not on one leg, but on a really bad knee, and he was probably 70% of himself, and he still was out there going crazy. Now his conditioning failed him, and I feel like that's why my Knicks ended up pulling away. I felt like every fourth quarter that we would pull away at the end, but we're not here for that. Jamal Murray looks like he's in hell. They're literally laughing in his face while guarding him. They're laughing at him, like smiling on defense. Do you know how like when you're playing defense in basketball and you're laughing at the person dribbling, like this is locked up. Like you're not going nowhere, bro. It's one of the best feelings in the world because this player in front of you can't do anything with you. And Michael Porter Jr., for as great as he shot the first round, can't hit any. No, I'm not gonna say can't hit anything, but he's not shooting as effectively. KCP, I haven't seen him all playoffs, and their bench is just, obviously, maybe the loss to Bruce Brown was really big because their bench is not as good as it was last year. And Jokic looks inefficient. Not inefficient, but he doesn't look as efficient as he normally does out there. And there were glimpses of this if you watched them during the regular season matchup. I actually heard a stat. JJ Redick actually said it, and I heard it before the series started, but I never brought it up during the preview that Jokic averaged only 4 assists during the 4 games that he played against the Timberwolves in the regular season. That was the lowest. But, playoffs, you get different strategies. You can look into regular season games, but you can't really look that deep into them. And this is just a bad matchup. You got Mike Malone trying to get ejected from the game, like literally trying to get ejected from the game in the second quarter. He's trying to get ejected from the game. I don't care what he says. He's not just getting it. He's trying to get ejected from the game to rally up his troops. Sir, come on, bro. We see through that. Jamal Murray is throwing temper tantrums. Jamal Murray is known as, well, not known, but like he's one of the more even kill players I've seen in the NBA. Doesn't seem to get too high or too low. Just kind of stays in the moment. And he's throwing temper tantrums because he is in Alcatraz. He is in hell, boys. And I just don't see how they're going to recover from this. You see glimpses of this, like when the Lakers lost to the Dallas Mavericks, when they got blown out, and you just see players acting out of character. When players start acting out of character in the series is over. I mean, I just don't see how I don't see how they can win 4 games. And Anthony Edwards is not going to allow them to win 4 games. They have no one to guard him. Rudy Gobert is going to come back. They found something with even Rudy Gobert off that they can dominate the Nuggets without Rudy on the court, because Nas Reed gives them a whole different layer of spreading the floor and opening up even more driving lanes for Anthony Edwards. And they can defend just as well. They had Kyle Anderson on Jokic, and they were still blocking his shot 3. They blocked his shot 3 times in one possession. That sounds insane. And I'm not one of those people that are here for the rhetoric that like last year was a fluke for the Nuggets. I don't think that's true. I mean, you play who you play. They're definitely deserving champions. They're definitely one of the best teams. I think this is just a bad matchup. They are just outmatched. The bench, the Timberwolves are the better team. And I want to apologize because I went with the team with the star power, and I should have learned after the Suns series. I didn't pick the Suns in that series, but I should have learned that you got to appreciate team basketball at the end of the day. You can't, like, if the last 2 years have shown you everything, team basketball is what's going to win games, and defense is officially back. I feel like most of the best defensive teams are in the final. I like to call it the final. This is like the Elite Eight of the NBA. So the last 8 teams, all the defensive teams are kind of in there. You don't really have a team that's, because the Nuggets are still even a good defensive team, but yeah, it's just they have no one to guard Anthony Edwards. The rotations on defense for the Timberwolves, I can't believe it. It looks like they have like 4 all NBA defenders. Karl-Anthony Towns has picked it up defensively. I'm super impressed with Karl-Anthony Towns this run, and Anthony Edwards is not. I'm not gonna go in a spill. I already called him a superstar in one of my past videos. There's not much more you can say about him. Anthony Edwards is the leader of this team, and they really believe in him. And we should have probably saw it after game 1 when he started talking crazy to Kevin Durant after he hit the 3 in his face, and the team just seems to have followed that energy. Timberwolves, they're gonna be a tough out, man. I'm not gonna say they're the favorite to win the NBA championship, or am I picking them? I'm not gonna go that far. I think that the Celtics with KP back, that could be a very tough matchup. The Thunder could be a tough matchup, though. I think they'll kill them on the boards. But yeah, they're definitely the favorite to come out the West, and the Nuggets are. It's season's over. The season's over. Hopefully Jokic can put in some generational performances, but it doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look pretty. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. I'm out.